James Webb Space Telescope is playing a key role in uncovering the universe's secrets. Exploring the universe with Webb. The James Webb Telescope is specifically designed to find out the tough details about galaxies, planets, stars, and even how space first started. Using its advanced camera and filters, the telescope can separate different wavelengths of light, which helps scientists study the chemical and physical makeup of objects that are way out there, far beyond our reach. One of the things the James Webb Space Telescope is always on the lookout for are tiny signs of life on distant planets. It's a huge part of understanding some of the most intriguing mysteries of the universe. For instance, it helps scientists uncover things like the amount of mass in galaxies. It turns out there's a lot more mass hidden in massive. With each new discovery, we're getting closer to understanding not just the makeup of these distant worlds, but also the potential for life beyond Earth. NASA believes the recent discoveries are just the beginning when it comes to space exploration. According to scientists, there are trillions of exoplanets out there that we haven't even discovered yet. Even though scientists have been searching space for decades, they're still hopeful about finding alien life in places humans have never been. There have been moments when it really seemed like we were getting closer to finding something, like when the Galileo spacecraft visited Jupiter. It sent back data showing a unique set of wavelengths, which gave scientists a new hope. Plants could potentially grow on other planets. This was a huge deal because it was the first time they had found a biosignature, which suggests that life might exist somewhere beyond Earth. This biosignature, known as the vegetation red edge, was a game-changer. Conditions might be just right for life. By understanding the orbital parameters of these planets, scientists can gather crucial information about whether or not these exoplanets could support life. New frontiers in the search for life. Earth is starting a new journey to uncover more of the universe's secrets, and a big part of this adventure is looking at how sunlight interacts with the atmosphere of distant planets. When sunlight passes through the layers of an atmosphere, the atoms and molecules in the atmosphere absorb the light in different ways. This light is broken up into wavelengths, and by studying these wavelengths through spectroscopic research, scientists can figure out what the light tells them about the planet. It's kind of like how a fingerprint can uniquely identify a person, but instead, the light gives us clues about the planet's atmosphere. People often think the new space telescope will mostly be able to pick up light from stars as it interacts with a planet's atmosphere. What's exciting is that scientists are looking for is man-made chemicals like chlorofluorocarbons, which are used in cooling and industrial processes here on Earth. If the telescope happens to detect chlorofluorocarbons in the atmosphere of an exoplanet, it could be a huge indicator that there are advanced societies out there, beyond our solar system. This would be a game changer, as it would offer solid evidence that intelligent life exists elsewhere in the universe, possibly in civilizations much older and more advanced than our own. The idea of life beyond Earth is often tied to biology as we know it, which typically focuses on the idea that life thrives in temperate areas with Earth-like conditions. But the truth might be way more complicated than that. For example, extremophiles, organisms, mostly bacteria, that can live in harsh, extreme conditions, are pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible for life. These hearty organisms, known as extremophiles, are pretty incredible, and this opens up a whole new way of thinking about the possibility of life in the universe. Considering how huge the universe is, with so many different types of environments, it's clear that our search for life beyond Earth needs to be wide and varied. It's not just about finding planets that are exactly like Earth. Planets that resemble Earth and orbit stable stars like our Sun are ideal places to study. But scientists are also starting to think about exploring planets around other types of stars, like red dwarfs. Red dwarf stars are really common in the universe, and even though they're cooler and not as bright as our Sun, they still offer a lot of potential for discovering life. These stars have incredibly long lifespans, which means they give plenty of time for planets around them to evolve and possibly develop life. This opens up a whole new area of study for scientists. One of the coolest discoveries in this area was the finding, since liquid water is one of the key ingredients for life as we know it, This makes these planets incredibly interesting for scientists searching for signs of life beyond Earth. The Sun here on Earth is bigger and hotter than the star at the heart of the TRAPPIST-1 system. But the light from TRAPPIST-1 is still interesting to scientists. Despite being smaller and cooler, TRAPPIST-1 gives off a soft light, a bit like the sunlight we get on Earth, which could be key to understanding whether life could exist on the planets in this system. Scientists have been studying the light from TRAPPIST-1 very closely to try to figure out the conditions that could make the planets there habitable. The study of the entire TRAPPIST-1 system was a huge breakthrough, revealing that the system, which includes 7 planets, is located about 41 light-years away from Earth in the constellation Leo. The research team, led by Ward Howard from NASA, was thrilled with what was revealed. Howard pointed out that this star is only 4.25 light-years away, making it the closest star to Earth after our Sun. While it's close in cosmic terms, Proxima Centauri's light is so faint that it's nearly impossible to see it with the naked eye. If any planets orbiting it were to be habitable, they would need to be much closer to the star, about 20 times closer than Earth is to the Sun. In 2016, astronomers made an exciting discovery about Proxima Centauri. They found a planet, named Proxima B, that's about 1.3 times the mass of Earth and sits in the star's habitable zone. This Goldilocks zone is the perfect distance from the star to allow liquid water to exist, which is crucial for life as we know it. Despite its close proximity to Proxima Centauri, Proxima B faces some pretty harsh conditions. Proxima B's harsh conditions. Proxima B, the exoplanet orbiting Proxima Centauri, is a strange although it's not clear what that life might look like. One of the most interesting things about Proxima B is that it's tidally locked, which means one side always faces the star and is constantly bathed in sunlight, while the other side is left in permanent darkness. This creates a situation where the planet's day-night cycle is very different from what we experience on Earth. It's a bit like the Moon, which always shows the same face to Earth. Tidal locking can have a huge impact on the planet's climate, potentially creating extreme temperature differences between the day and night sides. The conditions on Proxima B, however, make it difficult to imagine life as we know it. The planet only receives about 65% of the Sun's energy that Earth does, which makes it seem less likely that life could thrive there. The temperature could swing wildly from scorching hot during the day to freezing cold at night, especially with the planet's exposure to harsh radiation from its atmosphere over time, especially if it doesn't have a strong magnetic field like Earth does to protect it. Earth's magnetic field helps shield us from the Sun's radiation and also keeps our atmosphere intact. But Proxima B's lack of a similar magnetic shield could leave it vulnerable. If the atmosphere were to vanish, the planet's surface would be exposed to space, making it impossible for any life to survive. Even though it seems unlikely, there are still some slim chances for life to exist on Proxima B. Some scientists have suggested that the planet's extreme environment might actually make it a good candidate for extremophiles, organisms that thrive in harsh conditions that most life on Earth couldn't survive. This would mean that if life does exist on Proxima B, it might look very different from anything we're familiar with. These organisms could be hiding out in the planet's atmosphere, perhaps deep beneath the surface, or in the few regions that could offer protection from the harsh radiation. Humans might have developed technology to withstand the planet's harsh conditions. For example, it's been suggested that such civilizations could have constructed massive solar panels on the planet's sun-facing side to capture energy from Proxima Centauri, and then use that energy to power the dark side of the planet. Since the discovery of Proxima B, scientists have been eager to find out more about the planet, and they're racing to see if the planet will pass in front of its star in a way that can be observed from Earth. If it does, scientists will be able to measure its size, mass, and density by tracking its movement. What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and if you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next one.